people are using those gravity water drinkers. So these drinkers should be at least changed and cleaned once in 2 days to avoid. I have noticed in my experience that green singing finches tend to dirty even these drinkers quite a lot on a daily basis. Okay, though water may look this one, they have a tendency to pick up the egg food and put it in the drinker, so the water stinks. So you have to keep a regular eye on the drinkers if you are keeping green singing finches. Otherwise Goldians are quite good and clean on maintaining the drinkers. Canaries may also dirty, so you have to ensure they have a tendency to take bath in that outlet of the drinker. So you have to ensure that it is clean. And if anyone is using water bowls, please ensure that it is clean daily, because I have seen that canaries and finches and all take bath in the water bowl, and that could if you leave it for a couple of days, it becomes it can give rise to other infections. Seed mix also, if you people are buying ready-made seed mix, it's okay. If you are mixing your own, I generally make my own seed mix. Kindly ensure that it is, when you are making the mix, you clean it properly before creating the big mix, because there are a lot of dust and we don't know what mud, dust and all, how, from where all it comes. You ensure it is cleaned. What I generally do is I also microwave the seed mix for a couple of minutes, so that if any germs are there, it dies off. Okay. Cage floor, if you are using this ready-made cages, Chinese cages or whatever, you have to, the tray should be cleaned every week at least. Change the paper, should be changed on a weekly basis, or however it could be, whatever your schedule is. But should not, the basic thing is, if your cage tray is dirty, you should ensure it is cleaned on a weekly basis. And if your entire setup is in a room, I would suggest that it should be mopped and cleaned every day, preferably from a mild disinfectant. Kindly don't use strong disinfectants, because for finches and canaries, they are generally sensitive to them, and that could lead to other complications of breathing issues and all. Okay. On the diseases part and precautions, see, like everyone says, prevention is better than cure. Okay, we need to ensure, we need to follow the best, because see, we all know that today avian medicine in India is not as progressed as it is in other countries. Okay, the biggest problem I think so any hobbies today faces is the availability of a decent advice from a veterinarian doctor in our localities. Okay, at least I face a lot of problem. By the time a doctor responds, our bird is dead. Okay, so what is the best we can do today? If you look at it, whom are we taking the advices from? We are taking the advices from senior avian hobbies, who from their experiences have been telling us what should be done, what should not be done, what could be the medicine. If you have a good veterinarian in your localities who is keen on suggesting you medicines for problems, I think so that is the best. There is no advice better than a veterinarian advice. Kindly look for a better veterinarian in your places. But of course, if you look at our challenges that we face on a day-to-day basis, we have to, it's better that we make our birds within our limits a bit stronger than look for a veterinarian afterwards, after they fall ill. Okay. Another thing that we have seen in, I have seen in canaries as compared to other birds like golden and all, canaries will look, or at least physically look healthy, outwardly look healthy, but once they fall ill, the there is the percentage of their mortality is quite high as compared to other birds. Golden finches, they tend to show symptoms of their illness. Canaries, when they show symptoms, means it is at a later stage of the entire disease what has caught to it. So it is much better to make them stronger on their immune part of it and then take it ahead. Hello? Can I continue? Someone is talking in between.
Sir, can you please share the
Hello?
the symptoms of illness? Share the symptoms of illness.
The symptoms of illness could be simple. Ruffled, your bird will sit dull, ruffled. It will have a soiled vent. Okay, it could have a soiled vent portion. Underbelly could be soiled. It could be ruffled. It could be sitting in a corner of your cage, dull. It would not be able to fly. These are the basic symptoms that any birds have when they are illness. But internally, what they are facing, we would not know, right? Because a vet is the right person who would know. But the basic symptoms, when you are looking at it, it could be if you are checking the poop of the bird, it could be watery, it could be whatever the texture of the bird poop would be, shit would be little different than the normal. If it is too watery, it is a problem. Or if your bird is completely dull, ruffled, if you see in the winter seasons and all, and rainy season, your bird will generally sit ruffled up. So there are certain things that we can do is we can give it a little heat by adding a bulb into this thing. There will, for canaries and Goldens, you can also sometimes feel them breathing heavily. Okay, that could be because of air sac mites also, or any internal respiratory infections. So these are certain common symptoms that we can notice on a day-to-day in case the bird is ill. In Golden, still they show it at early stages and we can cure it by medicine. But canaries, generally it becomes late. I have seen, I have lost a lot of birds, canaries, because of they have a tendency to hide their diseases. So what best is there? We can maintain hygiene, clean water and seed mix, give healthy organic food along with the egg food that you are giving. I would suggest like this spirulina, moringa, wheat grass. These all help a lot in the improving the immune systems. And also giving carrot, beetroot and all, and vegetables and fruits to your birds, especially canaries. It helps a lot. Varied diets help to build up the immune systems. And of course, do not overbreed your pair. I maintain a schedule of breeding a pair for maximum 3 times in a year. Okay, if a bird has bred for 3 times in a year, for the balance year, I give the pair rest. I put them in the respective male and female flights, and I only breed it the next year. At least you should give a breeding pair minimum 4 to 5 months of non-breeding time, where they are free and they can build up their energies again. Lighting, if I will tell you, I stay in an apartment and my bird room is one of my bedroom has been converted into bird room. Now here the challenge I face is of natural light. Okay, because the windows that are there in this are the outside, there are trees, so natural light doesn't come in. But the best source of light is natural light. Whatever, I have put multiple tube lights in my this one. But if a bird can get natural light at least 1 hour in a day in the morning, you will not believe these finches flourish a lot under natural light. There are a lot of diseases that get avoided because of the bird's exposure to the natural light, especially I'm talking of the sunlight before 11 o'clock. Okay, the first half of the day, if at least 1 hour of lighting, natural light is available for your birds, it is best. There is no supplement as best as a natural sunlight. Another, as I had mentioned previously, there are certain schedules that I maintain by going by the experience of the common diseases that these Goldens or canaries undergo. So basis that I follow a schedule. I'll just take you through the schedule that are there. I add amprolium in drinking water every 3 months for 3 days continuously for preventing coccidiosis. Then every apple cider vinegar is also one of the best. This one every 7 to 8 days I give them in drinking water, and I also give them add apple cider vinegar in for their bathing water also. That helps to improve the feather texture. I ensure that S76 or as I told, high tech is a local medicine that is available. That I give every 2 months for them in drinking water for 2 days continuously, and also apply a drop on the bare skin of their neck or feather or the wing. This helps to control the mites basically. Apple cider, as I told, I add ACV in the bathing water also. Calcium supplements we need to provide at least weekly thrice, and continuously the cuttlefish bone or any mineral block that you are providing. I provide mineral block also and cuttlefish bone also in each of the cages. I provide those. Always it will be there. And of course, every weekly thrice I add calcium to their calcium and vitamin D supplement to their egg food. And there are certain medicines that we that are I felt have done good, shown much results in case. See, we all know that the complications in bird illnesses, we will not know why the bird is. We are not veterinarians. Even in India, I see the avian veterinarians, unless there are very few in India, they do a little hit and trial only, basis whatever symptoms we tell them, because judging from the bird's health, it becomes difficult for them. So I felt Vitafarm's Triple C is quite a good broad spectrum antibiotic that is there, which I have found fairly good results for certain illnesses that sick birds that are there. But believe me, I come across a lot of people asking me, can I give this antibiotic, that antibiotic? See, we all know that most of us end up killing birds because of giving overdose of antibiotics. Kindly do not give antibiotics unless and until suggested by a vet or suggested by a senior. There are a lot of seniors in our system in avian the hobbies who have, I mean, so over a period of years done certain study on the medicines that they are giving. Kindly do not give antibiotics unnecessarily. So I felt that with this vitamin Triple C, Vitafarm Triple C is fairly good because it is meant for ornamental birds, and the dosage is not as strong as compared to the human antibiotics that are available or the veterinarian antibiotics which are available for poultry, because our birds are quite different from the poultry that is there. The dilutions will be far lesser as compared to what is given for poultry. So we have to be very careful on that. And always better to take a vet's advice than take our own decision. And Virkon is a fantastic antivirucidal. You should keep this handy every time. I sometimes even add this to the water which gets for the floor mopping of the my bird room. Okay, I use it as a spray. I spray it in the cage floors and all. You can add a pinch into the drinking water also once in a month, or you can spray the cages with the Virkon water. This is very good, and it helps a lot in preventing many other viral infections attacks to our birds. Coming to the breeding parts, see, we all know, especially if we are not a starters in birds, we generally keep birds or enjoy keeping birds because of the breeding part of it. So many, I don't know now the number of participants have reduced, but many would be professional breeders, or they would wanting to breed and this one. So, but the fun of breeding in our place or this one is always it's like a child being born in our family. Okay, so certain do's and don'ts that I would start with the don'ts first. But in a canary or in a green singing finch and all golden finches, these are nowadays these all mature 6 to 7 months and above they mature. But I would never suggest to pair up a canary lesser than 9 to 10 months old. It is necessary that the canary should be at least 9 to 10 months old. And for golden finches and green singing finches, it should be above 1 year. Golden finches and green singing finches, better never to pair them up below 1 year. And of course, it's common thing that nothing to the unhealthy pairs not to touch them for breeding. If you find any external defect in the bird or find any illness in the bird, it is always better to keep them aside and treat them. Or if you find that it is some genetic disorder, it's better to not breed them. Okay, put them into. Do not pair birds from the same clutch or from the same parents. I mean, the siblings that we call. Inbreeding is, I think, so very dangerous unless and until you have people do inbreeding for certain genetic characters. But if we are not aware of the entire lineage of the this one, it is best to avoid inbreeding within the same clutch or from the birds from the same family. Summer months, India, we know summer months are quite hot. It is always advisable to avoid breeding birds in the summer months. At least here in Bangalore, it goes up to 37, 38, and I have seen. Though my, as I told, my bird room is in apartment, and it is not so hot as compared to outside. But still, I ensure that I avoid breeding between April to May at least. 2 months I avoid breeding them. And no birds under mold when you are knowing that your canaries or Goldens or whatever are under mold. It is best to avoid breeding them. Let them come out of the mold. Let them be fresh with their new feathers and energetic. And then because under the mold they tend to get weak and breed. They may breed. Okay, there would be a lot of instances where the birds under mold breed, but again, there is a possibility of their bird chicks would also be weak. Chicks could be born because the energy levels of the parents will be very less. Their feeding schedules will differ. Everything. So it's best to avoid putting birds for breeding which are under mold. Under do's, as again, the certain things would be repeated. When you are putting the birds for breeding, ensure that your cages are clean, thoroughly disinfected. Best, as I told you, is use Virkon. You can clean your cages with Virkon and all. The bird should be in breeding condition. Okay. The breeding condition, as we told, it should be adult. It should be healthy. Then, for bringing them also, if you know that you have found a pair, adult male and female canary or golden or anything, and you put them for pairing. So you can add in your seed mix, make a seed, whatever seed mix here, add some wheat germ oil into that and make it. And every day, small quantity of that wheat germ oil seed mix, you can put it in the cup for them to eat. Giving this for 10-15 days will bring the pair into a breeding condition. Okay. Nowadays, there are a lot of other veterinary products also like vitamin E and all that is available, which you can add it into the egg food to get them into the breeding condition. And once your pair gets settled, which you will come to know in around 8 to 10 days, once you have put the pair, it is best to add whatever, if you are putting a canary for breeding, you can add a nest pan. The nest pan also, you should ensure that it is disinfected well. And if you are putting a golden, of course, you will have to put a nest box for it, ensuring all nesting materials are there. And for canary especially, I would suggest that whenever you are giving a nest pan, you should dust it with one anti-mite powder. The nest pan should be made dusted with an anti-mite powder. Like example, the commonly available for us is Nautix, which is used for dogs. what I do, if you see in the picture, this the canary that is sitting in the nest pan, I give a inner lining of a sack. Okay, our sack which is available for our with any grocery store. I cut that and give an inner lining, and on that I add Notix powder. So, and over that I give them jute threads, which they build the nest. So the mite, even if it wants to build the nest, it will not build the nest below, because there is anti-mite powder, because that is where the blood mites, red mites make the nest. So if there is Notix powder is put into that, that will discourage the mites to make any nest. And mites, if they do not, if they cannot get a bird to suck the blood, within 10 days they die off. Nesting materials, what you can use is like jute threads, coir strands, etc. Around for canaries, you will require this. In canaries, the hen builds the nest. The male doesn't have any role in making the nest or incubating the eggs. The entire incubation is done by the female only. Whereas in Gouldians, the males and female take turn to incubate the eggs and take care of the chicks. Once in canaries, once the chicks are born, the males start feeding the chicks and all. In canaries, of course, they lay around 3 to 4 eggs, like the same like golden finches and green singing finches also. They lay around 3 to 4 eggs, and 14 days is the normal incubation period. Water for bathing should be regularly given. This is a very important thing to keep the eggs in proper condition. Generally females will come, have a bath, and then they go and again incubate. That basically supplies the necessary moisture to the egg that is required during incubation. See, generally I give egg food on a daily basis, and especially, but once the chicks are born, I provide egg food twice a day, once in the morning, and then in the afternoon I remove the egg, whatever left out egg food is there, and then in the evening again by around 4 o'clock I give the second round of egg food. Okay, so you have to ensure that any soft food that is left out in the cage should be removed off and discarded, because that is an unnecessary invitation to ants and other germs that get accumulated on the soft food. But during when the chicks are hatched, it's very necessary that your bird room light should be on for at least 14-15 hours. Means even after your sunset, that is post 6:30, at least till 9 o'clock. Yeah, I keep the lights on till 9 o'clock, because that increases the feeding time. When the chicks are there, the birds tend to feed their chicks till the time the light is there. And you basically, by keeping the lights on, you extend their feeding time, and that ensures that the chicks get fed on a proper basis. And generally all the chicks, be it canary or golden or green singing finches, they fledge out around 17 to 25 days. Between this basis, the hatch days that are there. And during this time, what you'll have to also see is the female has a tendency to go back for the next round of clutch. Generally this happens very fast in canaries. As soon as the chick jumps out of the nest, they start, the female starts building the nest for second round. So you have to ensure that time. There have been varied experiences of father getting so curious on the next clutch that he stops feeding the young dude. During this time, you will have to be a little cautious on ensuring to check on a regular basis whether the chicks are being fed by the father or mother. Generally, once the female goes back into the second clutch, the father bird takes the entire duty of the feeding. But again, one problem during this time that crops up is when the female is going for the second clutch of eggs, it requires nesting materials, and the immediate nesting material that it looks at is the chicks, the feathers of the chicks. So it has a tendency to pull out the feathers of the chicks. So this moment you will have to be a bit careful. If you have the hygienic feathers available at your place, you can provide feathers in the nest, in the cage for the female to build nest, or provide some softer materials like um, it could be soft strands of threads, which could be a replacement for the feathers of the chicks. Because if the feathers of the chicks get pulled out, some may become weak because of the pain of the pulling out of the chicks feathers, and they die. So you find some suitable alternatives. Even tissue paper works well as an alternative. I have tried to use tissue paper, and they eagerly take tissue paper shreds and make the second round of nest. By around 1 month, 35 days, the chicks are weaned out completely, and they can be separated from the parents. So that by then the parents would be halfway through the round of the second clutch. So when you are when the chicks get weaned out and you are separating from the parents, that is a time when the chicks may also start developing. It all depends upon where you're, after separating, where they are putting. See, I put them in a cage, flight cage, which is around 6 feet, where uh, generally the chicks and non-breeding female are there. Okay, so now these chicks which have been there with the parents till now, they purely imitate the parents till the time they are in the parents cage to on the feeding part of it. But once you are separated and they are in the new place, they will be little off place, and you will also notice that some may not eat. So it is very necessary that in the flight cage where you are putting the chicks, you give them multiple feeding bowls. Okay, you can keep feeders also if you have, but it is always better to have multiple open feeding bowls, so that they don't get bullied by any existing birds there, and they can opt, because when a lot of birds are there, they will have a tendency to, the senior one will have a tendency to bully the smaller one. So and they will also imitate the other chicks that are there in the existing cage, and they'll start eating. But that time you'll have to also ensure, during that time I would suggest that also give another round of Coccydus medicine, Amprolium, for at least 2-3 days, so that uh, any stomach infection and all ailment is not developed, and their eating habits are proper. So I'll just give you a brief of green singing finches, which I have been having for, I think so now, three years now, of 3 years. Where that is the first, I think so, 2017 was the first year that at least I saw green singing finches that came from Kolkata to in Bangalore. So I have bred around 15 to 20 green singing finches till now. This year I have put around 6 pairs for breeding. Let us hope how it picks up. Now, green singing finches, like canaries, though they are cup nesters, but they are half the size of canaries, but they are extremely aggressive birds. They cannot be kept in colonies at all. Okay, they can go ahead killing each other. They are so aggressive. Okay, there are certain experiences that I've had on breeding these birds for last 2-3 years. Is one, do not pair these birds before 12 months or even 15 months. Okay, it's best to pair these birds post 15 months of age. Okay, no colony breeding at all unless and until you have I have tried to get in touch with some breeders abroad who say they have their aviaries are like 5 meters and 6 meters and all, and in that big colony of other birds they keep only one pair of green singing finch, and if the second pair is put, the dominant pair kills the other pair. So it's best not to think of colony breeding, individual breeding only. You can breed them in a normal 2 feet cage also, but I would suggest to go for a 2.5 feet cage if best possible is there. Again, these are, as I told, these breed typically like canaries. They are not much fussy. They are hardy birds, but yes, they do not like much of nest checking. Okay, you can check the other wax bills that are there. They are very fussy towards not nest inspection. They are not so fussy, but you cannot compare them with canaries, because canaries are like they come, you touch them anytime, you touch them 10 times, they will not do anything. They will go back to their incubation part. These are, if you do too much of inspection in green singing finch, they have a tendency to discard the eggs or chicks or whatever would the stage would be. And I have also noticed this year, typically I have not noticed, but last year I have noticed that once the female has laid their eggs and probably the chick has hatched 1 day, 2 days, I have seen the females getting completely aggressive towards the male and literally going on a kill mode. So if you find such instances, kindly remove the male. I have had 2 pairs which had done that last year, and I had to separate the males, and the female alone raised the chicks by itself. This year, till now, I have not found out that aggression. The reason for that aggression last year and no non-aggression this year is not known. Okay, so this year is fairly okay.
Like, sorry to intervene, like we are having less than 1 minute time, so this video
Oh,
will
okay.
automatically switch off.
Fine. Males and females, as for all other birds, males and females have to be separated during the non-breeding season. As for me, from my side, this is what I had to share. If you have any questions or anything, you are free to ask me. That's all. Thanks for listening. Over to you all. You can ask questions or whatever you feel that you are, or you can share your ideas. It would be very helpful.
Thank you, sir, for the excellent presentation. Lot of information about the canaries, which is very difficult to breed.